Well, hello. This would be part 2 of my series on how to work on your Ford Taurus. But again, I have the Durtech 24 valve 3.0. My Taurus happens to be a 99 SE Comfort Sport. But today I'm just going over to basically give you a breakdown of what's what and what I'm doing. I've already done my tune-up previously in the video. I didn't change my wires due to my wires were still okay. But I did forget to put in this just to make sure that everything was good, because the grease that was in it was dried up and gone. But as we see over here, you got the mass airflow cleaner, which cleans your mass airflow sensor, which is on the side here. You can take that off using these two screws here, or you can access it from in here. You can't really see it due to my lighting, but if your solenoid, there's little wires, if it's black, then you're going to want to spray that at least 10 times, and once it's silver again, then you're good. But over here we have the EGR valve. Mine's new. I've replaced it. We have our ignition solenoid. This gives your idle for your car, which I replaced mine because it was original from the factory. Same thing with my EGR valve. This is your EGR solenoid. I still need to replace mine. I don't even know if it works, but as of right now, my car still runs pretty good. You always want to check your seals. Then you have your throttle body seal here, which I'm just going to clean mine up. It's still in pretty good shape. But if you've never taken your engine apart, well, here's the problem. And I definitely want to make sure you understand this part here. The music in the background, by the way, is Bruce Springsteen. I grew up listening to it with my mom. But right here is the throttle body. Okay? I mean here, my bad. This is the part that connects to your airflow intake. As you can see, it's pretty clean. I cleaned it the last time. Same thing here, I cleaned it. Okay, there we go. Now we got some light. Alright, that's better. Alright, now here is the throttle body itself. When I first took this off, after being on here probably a good many whiles, because some people actually take this off and leave the throttle body on, which there's a whole lot more disconnecting of wires. I just leave it all connected, that way I don't accidentally upset something. But right here, as you can see, I got buildup. But this all right here was clogged. All right here. And as you can see inside, it's pretty clean. I mean, this was pretty bad. I mean, it took me a good 2-3 hours to get this. But what I'm doing today is I'm actually taking this off and then checking it, because I want to make sure I get good clean air. But this is what happens when you use ethanol related fuel in Ford Tauruses, especially the double overhead cam 3.0 V6s, or the show model engine. I believe those are 3.4. I'm not 100% for sure. But you do not want to use any type of fuel that has MMT or ethanol in it at all. And in my town, Speedway is the only gas station that offers 100% 87 grade fuel. That's what you want to use in your Ford Taurus. Because if not, this is what happens when you use fuel right here. This buildup is what you get when you use fuel that has ethanol, because it can't burn it correctly. You get this carbon buildup. Plus, if you don't have a good air filter, which you always want to make sure they're pristine white. Make sure it's pristine white. If it starts getting black, I recommend change it. I also recommend change it every time you get an oil change. Because as you can see, I have quite a bit of miles on this car. And it still runs beautifully. Little upsets now and here, but I get on it. And make sure you put 5W30, because I had went to a Goodyear advanced repair shop and they put 520 in it. This engine cannot run on 520. The smaller V6 3.0, the basic V6 in a Taurus, can run on 520, but I believe that's only in the summertime because you need a thicker oil like 530 in the winter. But these only run on 530. But okay, so I'm going to go back to where these parts came from. This throttle body connects here. This EGR valve here goes here. This solenoid for your idle solenoid goes here. And this solenoid, which is part of your emissions, your EGR, goes here on the side. Now you're going to need probably a breaker bar. You definitely want to get you some nuts off, PB, whatever works best for you. Doesn't matter to me. I just like nuts off. Spray down your nuts first before you go to take off, because you could do like I did and snap a bolt. You don't want to do that, but I did it. So I got to eventually work out, and there's, oh, and look at that. Was not expecting that, but I can take it out with my fingers. I don't have to get a, drill and rip all that out. So that is a beautiful thing. Thank God, because that could be a pain in the you-know-what to get a broken bolt out. So thank God, But anyways, you have 6 here. You want to remove those. Make sure you take them out, keep them all aligned. This is the front, these go in the back. Okay? And you're going to use a 10mm and an 8mm pretty much to take off anything. These are 8, 8, 10, 10, 10. Your battery connectors here are 8. Always remove this because you don't want to have power running through it, even a small amount, while you're working on it. You could accidentally fry your computer, which would not be good. Disconnect all your wires. Check your hoses. If your hose is brittle and when you touch it, black stuff comes off of your hand, you need to change your hose, because there's probably a lot of pinholes inside there. Okay, and I'm sorry this is long. Video kind of maybe be drowned out, but I want it to be very informative, because I want you to make sure you can work on your car yourself and not have to pay the outrageous fees. And there might be some ladies that want to work on their car. They've never touched a car before. So here's just a little tip for you ladies. Located over here, if you have this style car, the 99 Ford Taurus, your brake fluid will be here. Make sure you fill it up to the max line with .3, nothing else. I recommend do not put anything else other than recommended fluid in this vehicle. Your manual, if you don't have one, you can download it right off the Ford website. Here's your power steering fluid. This is your washing fluid. This is where you're going to put your antifreeze, 50-50. Make sure it's up to code and standard and the recommended antifreeze, or you'll end up like me after I did an antifreeze change, put the wrong antifreeze in. It says I have low coolant constantly, so I have to clean it out. But it's not going to do much of anything, but give you a little bit of issues, but nothing bad. This is where you check your oil. This is where you add your oil. Use a funnel. Don't just try to pour it in, because you don't want to get oil all over the place. I try to keep my engine clean, because I've been working on my car and that's about as dirty as my hands got. I worked on my friend's Buick and my hand was, yeah, it was black. And well, anyways, So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can set this somewhere so you can watch as I take this off. No, that won't work. Yeah, I think right where I had it will work good. Okay, so basically I'm going to lift this off. I'm going to make sure I have everything disconnected. Back here you have this wire. I don't know if you can see it too well, but you're going to want to disconnect that. That's part of your EGR valve hookup. So you're going to, oh, let's see, I got something connected. Yep, it's a hose that I didn't see because the wire is in the way. But that is a typical thing. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. I did this the exact same last time I worked on my car. But you have this little booger right here. It's not easy to take off. Not easy at all. So what I did last time is I just disconnected it from here. So I'm basically, unless I can pause this video as I make it, I'm probably going to have a part 3 because I totally forgot to disconnect that part. So, hope you enjoy what you're watching and stay tuned.